Welcome to Beyond the Awards, a podcast from the British Wedding Film Festival. This is where we have honest conversations with filmmakers shaping wedding cinema, nominees, winners, and industry voices. I'm Joss.
And I'm Jeff, and as co-founders with Laura and Pete of the British Wedding Film Festival, we're excited to bring these conversations to you.
For this episode, we're joined by Marisa and Ghislain from The Wild Strawberry, a husband and wife filmmaking duo based in France.
At this year's British Wedding Film Festival, their work made a remarkable impact, taking home 4 awards, including Judge's Choice and Beyond the Wedding Film.
For many in the UK wedding filmmaking community, their work was a discovery. Bold, creative, and pushing the boundaries of what a wedding film can be. Marisa, Ghislain, welcome. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you again.
How are you doing?
Very good, thank you.
Yeah, good.
How are you?
Yeah,
Fine.
You've been busy, I see.
Yeah.
Always busy.
Always. Yeah.
Right,
I
very
think
good.
it's the same on your side.
You got to stop being so good, and then you won't be as busy. Hey, I'm
you
digging the studio, the look with the thing behind you. That's cool, man.
This one?
That?
Yeah, it
It's
looks
the
good.
neon of our wedding. We're basically in our kitchen.
Right. Yeah, it looks cool.
We don't have any studio.
No.
Right, so you do all your studio is your home, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Your kitchen.
No, it's not a kitchen. We have a dedicated room, but it's like the smallest room of the apartment.
Yeah.
So there was no space to have any lights in it.
Yeah, 9 meters square for both of us for the editing. So.
And the whole gear and everything.
Yeah,
Marisa, who makes the coffee then?
I do. But
You do.
he doesn't drink any coffee.
I don't drink coffee, so
What?
Yeah, no.
it exists.
So I was just reading on your website that you're Portuguese / Italian / Luxembourgish / French.
No, I'm not French. She's
Well,
not French.
Not French.
I could be
You could
French
be,
if
because
I
we are married. But,
Yeah, if I wanted to, but that would be too much paperwork. But yeah, I got 3 nationalities, so 3 passports, and I could have up to 12 different nationalities.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I understand 9 languages,
What?
and I speak many,
It's incredible.
so it's very handy for destination weddings.
Yeah, she speaks 4
Yeah.
languages fluently.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I used to speak 6, but I don't use them today anymore. Since in France, people barely speak English, so I don't get to practice them anymore. But yeah.
Well,
That's
welcome
cool.
to the podcast, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Really,
you.
really,
Thank you.
really good to have you on.
Thank you for
Been
having
looking forward
us.
to this one.
So excited.
So before, I've remembered this time, before we crack on and learn all about you,
Yeah.
we'd like to ask all our guests to give us 2 truths and a lie to try and break the ice and get to know you a little bit. And what we'll do is we'll kind of cross-examine you throughout the interview, and then we'll try and guess at the end which one is the lie. So please give us your 2 truths and a lie.
So in the beginning, people tended to call us the aliens before they started to call us the strawberries. The wild strawberry is named by the nostalgic memory of planting strawberries in the garden of our grandparents. And also, we both have 2 wedding bands.
Each.
Okay.
Right. They are wild. Don't stand a chance with those.
I like it.
So let's take us to the beginning. What did you do before you got into wedding filmmaking?
I worked in a company who manage electricity in France.
In telecommunication.
And I used to work in telecommunication field in this company. I had a scientific
Background.
yeah, as you say, scientific and technological background. And so I was hired in this company, and to make the thing very quick, I managed telecommunication between different post-electric.
Why do you make it so complicated?
I don't know. Well,
You got the big picture.
yeah, basically, I work in telecommunication field, like optic fibers and something like that. I start to work in the wedding industry when I also work in this company. So I for 5 years, I have 2 jobs. two job in for 5 years, and then we created the White Strawberry with Marisa, and then I quit for now. This year it's for almost now 5 years.
Yeah,
too.
it's a 5th year.
So now I'm in my 10 years in the winning field.
Did you meet romantically before you?
Yeah.
Both of us?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Before shooting together, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we start to be together when I almost at my beginning of shooting wedding, so almost 10 years ago. So
he just got his first business card, and I just told him that it was awful.
Yeah.
That's basically how it started.
It was the beginning.
Yeah. But we met on a dating app, so it had absolutely nothing to do with work.
Together.
No.
Right.
So your work.
Yeah. So basically, when we met, which was 10 years ago, I was studying 3D animation. Because I am a trained 3D artist, specialized in lighting, rendering, and surface texturing. So I worked for big companies like Paramount Pictures and Netflix and so on. And I have an art degree, so I did 15 years of fine arts before being able to study this in the north of France. So yeah, I also worked on the restoration and conservation of paintings of the 18th century.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Well, more cool than my work.
But it has absolutely nothing to do with shooting a wedding or filming, because it's basically really like it's painting. You're being paid to paint stuff. That's cool.
Wow. So you're like really, really overqualified.
Yeah.
To be
to shoot wedding.
But I also was overqualified in my field. So yeah.
Wow,
but that's what it actually takes you to study 3D animation. Like, you really need to have a very heavy portfolio, especially in that school, since they really teach you to be a director. So to be able to create a 3D animation movie from the very start, where you are art director, to the very end, where you're dealing rendering, settings, and everything that comes with it.
Okay.
So when we met, there was absolutely no questions of getting married or working in this field, and like in very much in every industry, you got ups and downs, and as an artist, you never get paid for what you're worth. So it became very quickly very constraining for me. Because when we decided to create the White Strawberry, it was during the pandemic. So I was working, how can I explain? So I was working for different companies, but basically I had missions. So I was working maybe 6 months for one company, then 2 months for another one, because I was like hopping on and off on the production timelines of the companies, accordingly to the ongoing projects. And at that moment, so everything stopped. Like, there were no movies like being produced anymore. The cinemas in France and all over the world started closing. So basically, you are at home and you just know that from now on, you don't have any jobs available anymore, and you don't have any opportunities to get how you can say this, like any help from the government or whatever. And so we were very, very happy that Ghislain still had his job.
Because I almost quit at the beginning of 2020, at the very first of the COVID. Like in the beginning of the year, January, something like that, I was telling myself, maybe I have to quit my job and to be a full-time filmmaker and photographer. I don't know.
Yeah, like
an instinct told me not now, maybe next year, and then in March, as the pandemic began. So we were very happy to have a proper job on the side, and not start a business at this moment. So we start the White Strawberry as next year in the summer of 2021 in June.
Yeah, because we also actually intended to get married in 2020 and 2021. No, first 2020.
Yeah.
And we postponed 5 times because we wanted to get married in Iceland, which never happened. But so at that moment, we were also losing a lot of money, like on the wedding side. So yeah, it was a good thing to have that job. But then suddenly in 2021, after our wedding,
we wait to be married to work together. It was not on a plan, but yeah.
Yeah. So what happened in 2021 is basically Ghislain just came home one day and he said, "Oh, I just decided to quit my job and now you and me are going to work together." And I was the kind of bride that just said yes on the wedding day. So when he told me that we would work together, it was very surprising. It also.
But you told me before, maybe if we can.
I said maybe
if we work together, I can do the video. Maybe we can do a duo. But it was just like a project.
I said I can help you out sometimes because he had a couple's inquiry and asking for photo and video, and they didn't understand that he was being able to do both, but not at the same time. So they had to choose, and when they need to choose for something, they obviously most of the time go for photography as like being their priority. So at that moment I said, maybe sometimes I can help you out, but it was not like a career plan until that moment.
And now we are here with you.
Yes, exactly.
And Marisa, you do now, so you guys do photo and film for the same weddings. You kind of split photo and video between you two.
Yeah, exactly. Ghislain is the main photographer and I'm the main filmmaker, but on some weddings we are also two videographers.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And sometimes very, very, it's very rare, but sometimes I can go on a wedding, solo photographer, solo videographer. And my dad don't go on a wedding alone, but because I'm used to work alone 5 years before the wedding.
And as I also like maybe made it obvious or not, our couples they know about it, so everything's fine. But like it's not my dream job, so it's just a balance that we found in our marriage to be able to be together, because you know how it is. Otherwise, you don't see each other, and it's very difficult to understand also the other person and their rhythm and everything that comes with it. So this is how we started.
Who does the editing?
Both.
And how is that split? Okay, so is it about 50-50?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
When he finished,
theoretically, yes.
Yeah, when he finished his photography editing, he takes on half of my pile and edits with me.
Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that about you.
So
this is why we do a podcast.
Yeah. That's really interesting.
He's shooting, he's editing weddings that he hasn't shot on the video.
Yeah.
Well, in most cases, I didn't shoot the wedding. I have to look at the rush and to. I know mostly. I know what it's what
happened on the wedding.
Happened on the wedding because I was there too, and so
all of the meanings and everything.
But I don't know precisely what Marisa filmed. More. Sometimes I don't know what is her intention. So yeah, sometimes we have to discuss. Sometimes we are not agree. Sometimes we argue. But yeah, it's that's life.
Healthy.
Yeah, it's healthy. Yeah. But the main the strength about all of that is we have two
point of views.
2 point of view and 4 eyes to look at our movie, to review and to some time to make adjustments of some detail we didn't see by ourselves. So sometimes
do you sometimes, if like Marisa shot a wedding and then Ghislain, you do the edit. Marisa, do you sometimes watch an edit and think, I know that, it's not how I remember the wedding.
Yeah, very often. Very, very often. And very often I just pass behind him and I just and then we get into a fight.
It's a worst. It's a worst part. But it's normal because obviously we are not the same person and we don't have the same vision. And we don't feel the wedding in the same way. So it's normal, but sometimes your ego is like a bit. I'm not agree with you. I prefer my version.
But I always let him apply his vision. It's just where I disagree is when his intention is not meeting what he's showing me. Like when he has some idea, but I believe that it doesn't match what he's explaining me, then I will be, no, you need to move this around and you need to do it in another way. And that's when he gets angry because he spent so much time on this precise part. And a few hours later, he just changed it.
Yeah.
So,
the day after, or maybe the hour after.
Yeah. We've all been there. We've all been there. It hurts, doesn't it?
To give an example, the film who won at the British Film Award, for example, the Tahiti one was Marisa one. It was Marisa who did the edit. The documentary style was one of mine, and the Save the Dead we edit both of us. So sometimes we do the edits both. So sometimes one of us starts and the other finish, or sometimes we do the editing like with 4 hands. So in this case, it was the case of this movie.
Well, let's talk about the awards, because you. Let me preface this. Your work. So you were shortlisted in 4 categories. You won also 4 awards, and realistically, your work really stood out to not only the judges, but I want to say pretty much everyone at the event, after the event, watching the films online. You kind of became a bit of the star of the show. The reason for that is because a lot of people, the other big winners of the night and of the festival were +2, but a lot of people in the UK, I'll say for now, knew of +2. They knew their film. You guys on the UK scene were,
I know,
for lack of, you were unknown. Yeah, nobody had seen your work. Nobody had heard of you. So from a judge's perspective, it's actually amazing to see the response that your work has had since, because it has been on all the podcasts that we've recorded so far. Guests are mentioning your work.
Yeah.
Because it's memorable. It is, it's memorable, and it's everyone's kind of thinking, how do they do it? And it works. And it's like these edits is so upbeat and is so dynamic, and everything is like, how do they do it? It's really cool. So I want to commend you and congratulate you on these things, because you certainly left a mark with the judges, but you left a mark on just the festival as a whole with everybody involved, whether they were at the event or not. How did you how was it from you guys' perspective? How was that experience? Winning so many, being shortlisted for so many?
You're going to make me cry.
It's difficult to realize because so obviously it's not the first time we participate to a contest, so it's not our first participation. Even if we won or if we don't win, it's not the point, but we are a little bit used to showcase our work and to have
put it out there in the world.
Particularly in the world. But it was very, very surprising first, and
very unreal,
because we did not knew how film will be welcome,
perceived, or welcomed
in the UK. It's a part of the world we didn't test our work, because we often send it in Brazil, with send our work in Prague and Italy, but the UK scene is very, I think it's very different and very apart.
Apart.
It's a country, and it's a country we love. We always say between us, we are we discussed about that. Just it's in our mind. We thought about we are
more British than French.
Yeah. in theoretically, in our approach, in our maybe sometimes touch of humor, or maybe to like, maybe the thing about liking to
the whole
not doing about everybody else is doing in the mind.
But what's always was very surprising is that what I didn't said is that so I started filming 5 years ago, and basically we went down to the forest and Ghislain just showed me how to hold a camera during 40 minutes, and 3 days afterwards I was the main filmmaker. So I never learned with as being a second shooter. I just learned like being just like kicked in the ass and so go out. Now you're a filmmaker. That's how you do it.
I was there at the wedding too.
But I still remember that moment where I couldn't open up my hands anymore because I grabbed so hard the camera because I was, you are stressed out because it's like a big deal for those people. And he just said like, basically stop crying and just shoot. So
you didn't cry at a wedding day.
No, but I was like, why can't I just open up my hands anymore? Am I going to stay like this forever?
I just say it was not. It was normal. It was just stress, and you have to move around.
So this stayed with me for quite some time. Why I'm explaining this is because a lot of the movies that we send to the festival are actually older movies. They are now, 3 years old.
Some are 3 and 2 years.
Yeah, because our new movies, they now are even longer, but we will get to why they are now a bit longer. But so at that moment, maybe it took me the first year to stop asking Ghislain where I needed to press the record, which is true. And in that same year, we started winning our first awards. And so I always lived with this situation where it was very unreal, and that's why I think it still haven't got real, even though we went to Manchester. And it's still very surprising that other people get to see what we do in our office and enjoy it, and so we're still very happy about it.
Yeah. One of the things that strikes me when I watch your work is it's so creatively bold. And
the new ones are even worse.
Worse.
Not worse, but
bolder.
So that's great. I mean, it must be nerve-wracking, when you are so creative and so bold, but it appears that you just edit without fear.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that a lot of us are jealous of. Particularly in the British market, because there's a style that we don't really deviate from that much.
It's the same in France.
It's not only in UK. In France also, and in many countries, so the people doing things because they are thinking they have to do the thing like that, and some.
So I guess my question is, where does this crazy creative mind? Where does it come from? I mean, is it are you both crazy, or just one of you?
Another few are crazy, but the first thing we can say is we create the Wild Strawberry to do such thing. We create the Wild Strawberry to have a bold branding, a bold brand, and we say to each other, if we create a brand together, we have to do it.
There's no compromise.
Yeah, no, without any compromise, and we have to do something we love to watch after. Obviously, the most important part is to doing thing for your bride and groom. Obviously, it's their memories, but also we put in the equation the thing that we also doing the thing for ourselves after. So we have to like and to enjoy looking our film after maybe sometime for months or year after the editing. The idea was to be proud of each our work even after. So,
that's why we put all of our work outside and to contests, or even on our Instagram we post everything from
maybe it's another question later. Why we participate to contests?
Wait a second.
Yeah.
So I will
because there are so many things to say about this part.
I will come back to what you have in your mind.
Okay.
So you see there's this connection. So no, but what I was going to say was, so we put all of the movies that we create out there in the world, whether it's a small wedding with a very small budget or a grand a celebration, whether it's just like a civil wedding or with family and friends around food that they have cooked by themselves, or a luxury wedding, whatever. And I think this is something that first a lot of videographers don't do. They wait to have the perfect portfolio wedding to put a worth on their skills or on their style.
Yeah, I have to say, the film of yours that I found the most inspiring was one that you didn't enter, and that's the one that you sent to me about the couple going to their like garage with all the junk in it. And
which one?
It's a film where they're getting married in quite a small venue, and then they're playing a game in a park, and then they go into a garage.
Yeah. Okay.
And start playing with
one of the newest ones.
Yeah. It's one of the longest.
Don't spoil it, Jeff, because I want to watch it at next year's festival.
But
because
if you accept a movie longer than 7 minutes, we can send it.
Yeah, because it didn't fit inside of.
It's almost 9.
Yeah. Because obviously it has more storytelling and more art direction and more stuff, so that's why it's.
But as you said, Jeff, it's a very small wedding. We are about the third of the budget of the whole budget of the wedding. It was us, photo and video. So a very, very small, very, very playful childhood wedding.
They just wanted to eat candies and have
pizza and jump in an inflatable castle.
And that's actually the weddings where we have the most fun and that we most appreciate. Unfortunately, not everybody sees their priority and puts it at such a high place that they would spend 1/3 of their budget on photography and videography. But we have couples who do. We even have a couple, they spent half
of the budget
just
on this.
So it really depends.
But just going back to your point, Marisa, I like the idea that you talked about before, where you want to show all of your work. You don't care about curation because you think that all of every piece of art that you create is worth shouting about and is worth kind of promoting, and it's like you want everyone to see it. And I think that's definitely something I'm learning to do, because when you start in the industry, there is a lot to be said about curation. You know, there's a saying in England which is you shoot what you show, and if you only show, if the majority of the weddings you do are not the ones that you want to end up doing, you get boxed into that corner. You're like, oh, that's all you do. You've gone to the other. You've kind of gone the opposite direction. You're like, no, we want to show how our work and our style works, regardless of the size, regardless of the style of wedding. We will always be creative and bold in our approach.
We try, at least.
We try.
It's not
obviously there are more easier weddings than others. Not depending of the budget of the. Sometimes it depends of the couple or
the weather,
the events in the day. So obviously it's never perfect. It's a live event, so you have to
adapt
to adapt yourself into
And so what I wanted to say, as you said, videographers are so afraid on the way how they are editing, and so they edit thinking about what the couple is expecting. We went away from this fear by creating our brand in a way that is not very academically recommended. Because basically, so Ghislain, with his previous style, he had a very romantic style, more classical, very bright, so very wedding compliant. And when we decided to work together, so we decided to take everything that we love and put it inside our brand. So what happened is that, so Ghislain already had booked weddings beforehand with his previous brand for videography. And so we created our brand, and these couples, they didn't get what they paid for because we decided to actually create the movies the way we create today and send this kind of style to them. And we just waited to see their reaction.
Because they were their wedding arrived just a month or two after we created the Wild Strawberry. So we wanted to start to edit in our new way for our new brand. So we edit in a way that they are not used
they were
to.
Not expecting this.
What was their reaction?
So it was all the point, because we often say that this particular moment, say, I can explain.
It is like the very, the
turning point about our brand and about the thing about continuing to edit like this or not, because they loved it. They say, I never could imagine I can have a film like this. So they loved it. Both of the couple love this so much. So we are sure. We say, okay, so it's work. It can be done. We can shoot and we can edit wedding like this. We have something to do, but we often say, if the two couples said to us, I don't like it, can you read it, or can you do something like you do before? We
would have stopped the brand immediately, and we would have just re-edited everything for free, of course, in the style that they had booked for, which was totally normal.
I don't know if we stop everything immediately, but I think
I think we would have been discouraged, and we would have stopped.
Stop for maybe for a time, maybe for a month, maybe for a year,
No, I think we would have stopped. I know us, we would have stopped.
But it was like I say, like a bet on the editor.
We knew that we needed to create it and put it on the table and just see how actual clients would react. That it was the only way to see if it works and if this is really what we envision also. And we did it because since we also got married, we knew that you don't expect anything when you get married. You just don't want to look weird. You just want to enjoy the day. You hope that you get memories out of it and that you can share it with everybody around you, and you just want to spend the day in the best way possible. You are not thinking about actually so many things that we think about as a photographer and videographer. And also we knew that it was very hard for us to find somebody for our wedding, and we didn't really find what we were looking for at that moment, because since everybody is looking for curation, you had to actually choose a very specific style for your photographer and videographer. But what if you like many different styles, and all of the photographers and videographers you are reviewing, they are all exceptionally talented and the price fits your budget, and you need to choose between, I don't know, a fine art photographer, a fearless one, somebody that does cinematic, but maybe you like the three of them. So how you choose, and this is very overwhelming. It is actually, this is what we felt as a bride and groom. This was the most overwhelming thing of all in our wedding.
Yeah.
And so since
what inspires your style, by the way? Like what, you know, like as we've said, there's almost like there's a template when it comes to wedding film a lot of the time. Yours break the mold. How did you land on that style? Like, what inspired you to kind of get to this really bold, artistic, creative approach?
We built everything from scratch. There is no template, and we even try the best we can to not reproduce shooting the same frames the best we can.
With some exception, but
there's some exceptions because obviously it's so difficult in the moment to always think about something new. But we try to at least have one new idea that we bring to a wedding. And the biggest inspiration for us is who is the bride and groom, like all their symbols and meanings, and we get very obsessed about it. And the second source, which is the one that we see that most videographers forget, is ourselves. Like, know where you come from, not even where you started, because nobody cares about it, but what's your favorite dish? What's your favorite color? Where do you grew up? What did you like to do when you were a child? What do you do when you got free time? Like, things that you enjoy, like somebody that tells me, for example, they love to go to see an exhibition. It's not the same person that loves to watch a movie, or I don't know, loves snowboarding or whatever.
And you can like to do everything.
But you can, but find your source of inspiration, what you're passionate about. I love watching dance videos, for example, because I love interpreting it as a sort of velocity, and so I see like editing inside of it.
So we try to
inside of body movements.
We try to have inspiration outside of the wedding industry. So we don't they don't look many wedding films. We are not very. It's not we are not interested about it, but we don't want to
get influenced
by the thing we can see online. So we try to we obviously we look at some film, but not so much. We also, for me, I am very influenced by cinema, obviously, but we try to get outside of all of this. Try exhibition, like painting, sometime fashion, like
we try
dancing.
We'll try a lot to. When you take a source of inspiration, like for example, cinema, I see so many videographers, they stop at this very specific stage. They say, oh, my inspiration is cinema. Okay, but they don't get inspired by the when does that specific movie is happening, what is like the setting, what about the costumes, when, why, historical facts, colors. There is so much about it that you can develop and learn. And when you start to learn about all of the big picture around that specific movie, that's when you get inspired and knowledgeable. I think being knowledgeable is what really makes you creative. We like to say that for us, it's like cooking is the best example for it. Like you can buy the same ingredients than anybody out there, but like a chef will not cook the same dish as your grandma. Both will be delicious, but they don't serve the same person and they don't serve the same purpose, even though they are made to make you, feel happy and that you get everything that you need. And so cooking is the best example. And we like to say that our movies are a lot like opening the fridge and you're like, what do I got? Okay, what can I do about it?
Yeah, it's like in cooking you have a different style, like Japanese, Italian, something like that. And you also have fusion cooking. You have some people take Japanese and put something Mexican into and make a new dish.
That's delicious.
So we are more like that. We try to do like a fusion editing with all of our influence, our taste, both of us, and try to just to enjoy and to. We often also say about when you are a child, you can make story with anything. You can put some two pens and you can make a conversation with the two pens, and it works because why not? When we grow up, we tend to forget about the kind of thing. So we try in a certain way in our editing to make something like that to like, what if, sometimes we say, what if, for example, the movie, documentary style wedding, Yael and Nathan, we fake at the beginning, we fake the fact they are late at the city hall because they are, having fun in the south of France. It never happened. But why not?
I just filmed those two empty chairs with the parents looking at each other.
And it was the starting point of this little story about what if we assume they are late and let's go.
They were not late on the wedding day. They were on time.
Yeah.
I just filmed this specific scene, and then we said, okay, according to the bride and groom and knowing how playful they are, we can totally go for telling that they were late on their wedding day.
They loved it. They loved it. They loved it because we try each time. It was the most important thing about what we do. It's to make sense about what we do.
That's it. See if you can make sense of because I know as like creatives, it's really hard to rationalize what we do. But one of the things that we, as judges, we loved is your films. The core of your films and your work is documentary. You are documenting, like in the proper sense of the word. You are capturing what's happening in real time, right? And you do that exceptionally well. But then, as well as this, you also won another award for best beyond the wedding film, and that film is actually, by definition, it's not a wedding film. And it's something that you've basically kind of directed, scripted, maybe storyboarded. How did you kind of juggle? How do you manage to kind of
both together?
I suppose like do both excel at both together, because they are completely different parts of your brain that you need to kind of work with.
Yeah. So at the very beginning of the White Strawberry, we got known by doing this art direction part on wedding days.
It was very small. It was about the time of a couple session.
Yeah. But what most people do during engagement sessions, we did on weddings, and we like really set up spotlights and stuff. What is important to know is that we never script anything, even in the art direction part that we now do outside of our weddings, because our couples, they now want to develop like even props and stuff that comes with it. We also now am working on a very new format where our couples are basically asking us if they could have a proper cinematic movie and that documentary wedding on the side, because they really want to get
in another movie.
Yeah, in a separate movie. Like it's really like they want to have basically almost their wedding as a bonus. A separate movie, which they are totally okay with paying for it.
Yeah, like a 25 minutes movie, very documentary.
For a longer film, but they said almost like.
Which one do you prefer doing?
The thematic one, of course.
We most of the time, I will come to this because this is also very different with what is usually done in the wedding industry. So, since we from the very beginning have prepared our minds with directing in moments that are not made to be directed, it just now is the way how we shoot. But we still continue to think every time like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And we also have moments where we are not creative and we look at each other like, you shoot. No, you go. No, you go. Do you have an idea? No, you know. Okay, let's put a light inside of I don't know which object, or maybe
in a room.
In a wardrobe or whatever. And let's see how it goes. Of course, this is normal as well. But that's the reason why we mix up both.
I don't know if did we answer the question or not? I don't know.
How we?
You did.
The thing you mentioned about making like a separate kind of mini movie during the wedding, that interested me.
I don't know how this will be possible right now, but it is something that our clients are starting to ask us. So we're thinking about it. I will start to edit the first movie that way. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But so the Beyond the Wedding movie is something that we did not direct, even though we filmed it before the wedding because it was a save the date. They are not married right now. They will get married in September. And so basically they just knew they wanted to shoot something in a Wes Anderson style, but proper Wes Anderson. like not just a trend, like not just having one shot. They wanted really to have a whole feeling about it, even though we did not shot like proper Wes Anderson, because that would be like very more precise than what we did.
Many things to learn too.
Yeah, but we did it the best way we could at that specific moment, with Ghislain absolutely wanting to shoot in anamorphic, which I was not.
I shot in vertical anamorphic.
Yeah.
So I shot in square straight from the camera.
Wow. Yeah, I noticed the anamorphic kind of barrel distortion.
Exactly.
But it was a vertical one.
That's why I said not proper Wes Anderson.
So I shoot with the sensor like that, and I put a 2x anamorphic stretch, and it at the end it stretches the sensor. It make a almost perfect square. And it's
wow. So how did you manage that? Was it because? Was it the
you have to be in P element. You have to be in P element to do that. Because in P element you can rotate the lens.
Oh, okay.
And we used 2 screens to be also able to.
Yeah, because we shot in RAW.
To see that.
we shot in RAW, and then we have to have another screen because the Atomos Ninja don't have custom
D-squeeze,
D-squeeze ratio. So you have to have another one. To have the custom D-squeeze ratio, and then the Atomos to shoot in RAW. So we have to. It was a mess. But
so you're really invested into this idea then.
A proper example of us just taking unnecessary risks just out of fun.
just because I wanted to, because I'm the tech guy.
And because for the editing, it was such a mess, like such a mess. So I told you to never do this again, and you will.
I will.
It was worth it though. It was worth it. It looked amazing.
And so the couple just knew that they wanted to shoot in it was a castle that belongs to the groom's uncle, which will be sold because his wife is very sick. So they cannot afford to keep the castle anymore. And there were all these rooms that were very colorful. And they just sent me out pictures like almost a day before of outfits that they got. So basically, I got all the elements when we were in the car getting to the chateau, to the castle. And so I was like, okay, we got these different rooms, we got these different outfits. How can we create something? Knowing that also the bride was pregnant at that moment. She was in her 3rd month.
Oof.
So knowing that I absolutely wanted, with the different colors of the rooms, to create like emotional development also in them changing outfits during the day.
Not during the day, but during the different days.
Yeah, because we created like different days, but it was in one day.
Just see,
And so what happened is that when we arrived, we were like, oh, we got plenty of time, so we can shoot in a very relaxed setting,
We have all day of shooting.
But the groom told his uncle that we were friends, so he was having a full chateau banquet, like very full feast. With several courses and several cakes, and after 3 hours we
said 3 hours to eat.
After 3 hours we were still sitting at the table, and he was bringing out some wine out of his cave that
very expensive wine.
Sell. So we looked at the bride and groom like.
So maybe we have to start to shoot because he didn't understand we are here to work and to shoot. We are just here to enjoy and to eat. He did not understand the reason we are there. So we have 3 hours late in our shooting. We finish at 2 a.m. on the morning.
So basically we kind of storyboarded in our minds, and then since we started shooting all of her scenes, needed at 1 a.m. to remember which outfits she had on in which room, in which scene, so that we could shoot all the scenes with the groom by the end, because she was already in bed at that moment. So it was challenging.
Maybe it will be it could be more easier if we storyboard it, but
this is not the way we shoot.
I thought it was storyboarded.
No.
But that's interesting that you don't storyboard.
We just have the main idea and what we want to tell with a different color and different outfits, but that's all.
Wow. No, I can't believe that.
And also directing a
that's true.
couple that never posed. And as we said, also since she was pregnant, there were also some posing or movements that we needed to take into consideration as well. So,
But the thing to say about all of this for this couple and for the other one, the most important thing is to have, obviously, but it's to have their trust. And when you have their trust, you can make you can do everything you want with them, like a dog, because they are so interested in your process and what you will do with them.
How do you gain that trust? What's the process to get to that?
So it's a very good question.
Yeah, with this specific couple, and maybe it's actually also maybe it also works with all of our other couples. We have very specific clients that are very obsessed. So they spend like months and months doing research about videographers out there, so that when they arrive and they see our work, they already know if this is gonna work out or not. So when they inquire, we actually don't have to convince them because they already did all of this work of researching and knowing what is out there and what they are looking for or not. And so this couple was very specific because we met them at a wedding. And at the very moment that where I met Olivier, he said, "I don't understand like people putting so much money and effort and intention and worries into their wedding. Like this makes absolutely no sense." And it was really funny because he was looking for like very basic wedding coverage. But since he already has helped out friends directing and so knew about color grading and this kind of stuff, he was also very specific about it. So when they started looking out there for their wedding, and his wife started sharing the work of other people, he started like saying, no, this is not gonna work. Okay, everything is in our budget, but this just doesn't meet the requirements that I have and my tastes. So of course they wrote us because she was in love with our work, but it didn't match the budget at that moment. And I knew that she wanted to have something made in a Wes Anderson style, but she said, no, he said, we were going to just like, put a tripod and shoot ourselves. So I sent it out a movie that we did, which is a Barbie and a Ken shooting. And he saw it.
You submitted that as well into the festival. That one. Yeah.
And same here also, we didn't storyboard anything. We just arrived and just had all of the props, and they basically told us like, just have fun, which we did.
I don't know how your brain works to be able to just come up with this like that on the spot. It's,
on that subject,
because constraint makes you creative.
I try to,
I suppose,
I try to free my mind as much as possible. Each time when I'm starting to like, put a frame and structure on everything I do, I know that it's not gonna work out. I just need to
we are very instinctive.
Yeah. I just really need to free up my mind, and I actually even tell my couples, just expect me in my mind to be 5 years old. So I know that I can just run around and it won't be weird for them. So they just let me create the way I want to create without having to think about like socially behaving or showing up in a certain way because they paid a certain amount of money. Of course, always be respectful. I think that's the basic thing. But actually now, even our couples, they present us when we arrive at the wedding, as they say, it's totally normal if you find them under a table or somewhere, and if they ask you to do something that maybe feels weird, but don't worry, it will look amazing. So they kind of prepare their guests, even though, we always are very spontaneous and we never try to be pushy or anything. But we can sometimes be under a table.
We have a different way to work together. From my part, my brain never ceases to work. So I always, even when I'm home or I'm under the shower, I don't know. I always try not c'est pas consciemment, mais consciously start to thinking about scene I want to make with bride and groom.
But for couples that don't yet exist.
Sometimes for bride and groom, and we did not even sign. Sometimes I have already ideas for a couple we signed, but the wedding is not the next year. But sometimes I already choose the music, and sometimes the music inspire me some shot, it happened last year. I find the music for a couple before the wedding. I have a scene in mind, and we make the wedding planner change the
whole setup of
the table to match about my idea of the shoot.
Wow.
And it come up with what I said before about the trust, because the bride and groom trust us so much. They say, okay, it's not a problem. We ask to the wedding planner, she will do it.
Knowing that he did not explain his idea.
They didn't know what they did not know what was the plan and why I asked them to do all of the, because we asked from guests to make
to act
like figurant, I say in English, but figurant.
Like backing actors kind of thing. You like, yeah. I know what you mean. Sometimes my friends.
Yeah.
And so we had at that moment we asked 20 people, like in the moment, to be our actors and to behave in a certain way, even though nobody knew what we were shooting.
They just do whatever we said, and they don't know why. Because we have just this particular shot is not like that in all the wedding, of course, but for this thing, because we already had it in mind. We know where we go, when we want to go, and why we do this. It's very efficient. It almost takes us 5, maybe 10 maximum minutes during the cocktail to do the shot, and then everybody go drinking and eating, and it's done.
But which doesn't mean that we are not from the getting ready moment on, like in our head replaying that scene, to know exactly how we are going to direct the people and how we can make this happen. And of course, sometimes you get in the moment and then everything goes wrong for whatever reason, because you have the catering, they are like being like this.
It goes wrong because it never, I did not manage to do it or what I had in my mind.
Like you wanted to do it.
I wanted to do it, but
because the time that was blocked for this specific scene, because it was really put into the planning, was not respected the way it should have been. So we had like 1/3 of the time that we needed to shoot the scene, but we'll see how we figure it out in the editing. And nobody knows.
Yeah, nobody knows. So
just everybody that is right now listening.
but it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, and if you trust yourself and you trust your idea, or at least you make people think that you trust your idea, they are going to follow you. I mean, especially on a wedding where you can ask hundreds of people to do what you got in your mind to please the couple. Everybody will just say, okay, let's have fun. That people are there
as long as it's not last 1 hour.
No,
you have to be efficient.
Yeah, imagine.
Efficient and respectful of the event. But I think, which is also very important in our way of working, is that we don't care about authenticity. So, and I think this is very important because since we don't sell documentary, we explain our couples that basically a wedding day is something that is staged from the very beginning. They rent a venue that doesn't belong to them. They wear outfits they don't wear. Even their like if you take the maid of honor or whoever the officiant, all those people, they play a specific role. And even the parents, they might say at that specific day, they love you, which they don't usually say in the every day.
For us, it's like a theater.
It's like a theater piece.
Wedding.
I love this.
And so from that on, there is, if you respect just, of course, everybody that is inside of it, everything is going to be fine.
It doesn't mean we are not real emotion in it.
No,
of course,
yeah.
we are in real emotion. It's authentic thing in a wedding. The whole thing, the wedding itself, for us, it's more like a theater piece. Like
It's staged.
for us, the thing is staged.
Yeah, but as we said, it doesn't mean that it's what is happening inside of
Yeah.
it is not true.
It's not
It
true.
is, but it is staged.
Yeah.
And so from this point of view, we decided that we are hired also to play a specific role. Like for example, recently in a wedding, the bride, she had decided to offer her husband during the ceremony like a big sword, and she like engraved it with her vows, and she just wanted to hand it over like that. And I interfered in the ceremony, and I whispered to her like you should go down on a knee. And so she
like
was
a proper knight.
because she said in her vows that this was like his dream to become a knight, and so it was the knight of her heart. So I said this, and she looked around, she turned around to him, and he heard it, and he went down on a knee, and so they did the proper ceremony, and everybody was like, "Wow, this is amazing!" So it just like actually enhanced their original idea and just made it even more exceptional, and the way how they had envisioned it.
Yeah.
But like in a theater, I just whispered the script that they forgot.
I love that.
There's something, Jeff. Sorry, we talk too much sometimes.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right.
Do you remember in the Save the Date movie at one point, like the lights go off?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was not planned.
It was not planned. It was the real electricity and the castle that just shut down.
The old castle.
And we decided to use it in the editing.
So their reaction are very real. They are just like, it was not.
Yeah.
I love the way you just embrace things and just let it roll.
Oh, this kind of example, and I'll let you continue, but in 2 movies now, we use a drone crash, like a transition between two moments in a movie. We put it in a movie, and it serves to transition between one mood to another.
Yeah, and the two couples, they absolutely loved the drone crash.
That just takes the biscuit. I knew you guys were creative and a little bit mad, but that is just another level. I love it. I absolutely love it.
You can see one in our Instagram. I can send you the link if you want to.
Yes, please.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. One thing I did want to ask about is like when you were talking about never storyboarding. One thing that I've noticed about your work, and you were actually nominated in this category, is the use of cinematic language, particularly the number of match cuts that you managed to get into pretty much all your edits. How do you come about these match cuts? Are they not storyboarded at all?
No.
Do you just notice them in the edit?
Perhaps during the edit, we just
our research in our editing, but also what happens a lot is that we try to remember as much as possible the shots we have shot on the wedding day. So during the wedding day, we are thinking about, okay, what we got, where could I recreate another match cut, etc. So we are kind of storyboarding in our head, but we have decided to not proper storyboard or write anything down. Also, we know that a lot of videographers write like speeches or vows down, and that's how they start.
So
for the editing, we don't do it. So first, we don't do the storyboarding because on a wedding day, we believe that if we storyboard and then the wedding doesn't unfold the way that we have prepared, we get creatively stuck and frustrated, and we will be inefficient.
Because it's not a feature film; it's a wedding. So
we believe that at that very specific moment, we stop to be connected to the emotional state of the couple and start to put like our directing ideas or whatever onto their actual feelings. So that's why we don't do it, and we always first take into consideration how they feel at that specific moment, and then we see where it brings us, instead of bringing first our idea onto the couple and leading them or pushing them in a direction that would not match how they feel. So I think this plays a lot with the trust that we gain on the wedding day.
Can I ask about that? The story behind this one that's like popping into my head now in the film that I mentioned earlier in the garage. There's a shot of the guy in a little toy red car,
Yeah.
and then that cuts to an actual like little tiny toy red car
Yeah.
going across something. Did you just notice the things and just have the idea
Of course.
there and then?
The fact that he was arriving with the car at his ceremony was something that he already told us
Yeah,
because
we
he
knew
wanted.
we knew he wanted to do this and to come in a ceremony like this.
Yeah.
So when we start to make some flat lay for the photos, for the photography. We found of course, because he is fan of the movie Cars. So we found a little toy about the cars. Isa got the idea
I asked some of the guys to push
because
the car.
For us it makes no sense to just to just have a shot of
I love it.
to have a shot of a flat lay like that in video. It makes no sense. We care about
actually never
flat lay
shoot flat lays. Just
Yeah.
we shoot it if it makes a sense in the story.
Yeah.
Sense to them. Otherwise, we don't.
Or when we can bring something like that. So she, for the video part, she got the idea to make the car entering the frame and to match, obviously, in the edit later, the arriving of the
But I would not storyboard it.
I mean,
because they could have forgotten to bring that specific toy car.
And we couldn't do the shot. So just improvisation.
The more I think about it, it's like we're trying to rationalize what you do, but clearly you're just, and I mean that positively, you're so creative. But it's true.
Yeah.
When I like another film of yours that pops in my head is one where you've got a video game intro. Who thinks of doing that in a wedding film? You do. But not only that, it's like you it's not just about having the idea, I guess is where I'm getting at. It's the execution that you're really good at. If I try to veer away, if I try to implement a video game idea in my wedding films, it'd probably be rubbish. I don't know. I've never tried it, but I feel like you've got the idea and you've got the way of like, the way you bring it to life is really what separates you guys. Do you see what I mean?
But we actually don't know how it will turn out, but it doesn't prevent you from shooting it.
Yeah. Try without, fearing the failure of the, you just need to take the risk regardless.
For example, of this wedding, we knew the bride and groom, and obviously all of their guests. It was a small wedding with mostly young people, very playful people. So we knew we can try something very different and something very something like that. So for doing this intro, we have to shoot something script and stage. So I had like a little
platform.
We were stunning for like backshot things. It's something you can find on Amazon. It can you can put on it 100 kilogram. So you can put a guy,
a person
on it. So we put the platform with for some electricity and very long cable in the venue by night and in the grass. We put two spots, and then we asked to every bride and groom and maybe the maid of honor and the groomsmen.
People.
Each one chacun l'un après l'autre.
One after the other.
One after the other, and to turn on the thing and doing like a video game, something very like that.
They were basically like running around to find props, whatever they could use.
With one prop, so some people have a bat, some people have a gun. It was a prop from the wedding. It was
from the photo booth.
From the photo booth. And each one do the thing, but they didn't knew at the time what was the idea behind. They just asked to just do the thing. Didn't knew I want to make a Street Fighter intro. What it will look like. We don't know. You just trust us.
And even if it wouldn't have worked out, like the couple was just expecting to have memories of their wedding, and all the safe shots were already done, like the ceremony and everything.
Yeah.
So this is a bonus feature inside of their movie. So even if it doesn't work out,
it's okay.
and you learn what you should do the next time to improve this specific idea and to make it possible.
And they enjoy the moment. They are laughing. They are running to searching for something. They are laughing about the people doing the thing because it was very awkward to see the scene. So the people.
So it became an animation also.
Yeah, because it's a kind of animation outside. Yeah.
So it somehow also contributes to their wedding experience. Because now also our couples, they are expecting also this kind of creative ideas or input, and so they also want their guests to actually see that it's a special day and that to have just fun with them. And so this is the specific moment where they just are having fun, whether it works or not.
Yeah. And also this couple, for example, as we said before, have two movies. So they are this one, which is the one we show on Instagram, and they also have the famous documentary longest movie with 25 minutes. So we knew they will have everything after in the other movie. So we have more, we have also even more room
freedom.
For freedom.
It gives you more creative freedom to experiment,
even
knowing
more
that they still get longer.
Yeah. But also what is important is that for us, our shorter movies, so we have 3 minutes, but also 5 to 6 minutes short films. Even though now, since we are more developing the storytelling, the 5 to 6 minutes, they tend to get longer over time.
This is why we say this one is 9 minutes, for example.
So it starts to be a very frustrating format. So we are thinking about how we can make this in a way that we would appreciate, really go deeply into the storytelling without having to, box the length of it. I don't know how to explain that. But so our shorter movies are our main products, and everything else is bonus films. So they don't buy a documentary movie while having a highlight movie. First, our short movies have nothing to do with what they have in that 25-minute longer films. They are not made the same way. They are not made for the same thing, or the same reason, even though they are also highly edited. It's not just like footage put together and that's it. But they are made in a way that is more like a feature.
It's chronological.
But they are made in a feature film kind of idea, even though they are documentary movies. But so they don't book for documentary, which leaves us really this freedom to express our art in those main formats, and which are also the ones that we are putting out there on our Instagram or everywhere. We don't re-edit for any competitions. We don't re-edit for Instagram. This is just our work as it is. It's what we give to our clients.
So let's talk about, probably finish on the awards then, because obviously, you were saying you were a bit limited with what you could submit because of the length, the limits in terms of what, I mean, you still won 4 awards. Are you saying you could have won more? You could have won more awards? Is that what you're saying?
No.
I'm joking.
Maybe it would have been more representative of our actual work.
Yeah. And that's the work from 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah. Obviously, we evolved during our 5 years of work. Now maybe you tend to search something a little bit different than at the beginning. I think I don't know, but obviously we evolve. It's normal. We can't stay in the same thing ever.
Yeah, and you also learn.
Yeah, and you learn.
Or not.
Or not.
Did you learn that Manchester was a very cool city when you came?
We didn't.
Joking.
Not so much. The place we saw, it was very nice.
I was actually not so surprised. Luxembourg is also very rural, and it's raining over 60% of the year. So
you guys, you and you said, I think at the beginning, you submit your work into a lot of awards. How does the festival compare to what you've entered, positively or negatively?
Yeah. What we really appreciate was the amount of different categories that were out there, because we saw a lot of categories that don't exist in other festivals.
Very specific ones, yeah.
So this was very interesting, and this is one of the main reasons why we participated.
Because it was more like
it was very diverse.
And it felt that at the time you start to communicate about your contest. It felt like an expert contest, like something you are very specific, like cinematic language, like use of cinematography is very best cinematography use of cinematic language. It's kind of and the all over the other categories too. Innovation in winning films is for very specific and very innovative categories. So it was. It allow us to think about our movie in a different way. Now, if this one could fit in this category, or maybe we can try with this one in this kind of category. It was the first for us. So
to get a feedback on something very specific about the movie, that's what you want to say. And what?
And another question, because we've been asking the guest this question, and the answer to the question I'm going to ask you for a lot of other people has been the wild strawberry. But when you think back on the festival, what kind of inspiration did you take from a particular film or a particular filmmaker? As I said, a lot of the answers we got so far is mentioning your work. What did you guys take from the festival as far as inspiration?
For my part, for example, I didn't knew +2 films. But we didn't know anybody except Matthias Kallen films, who was a friend of us.
I loved seeing a woman winning an award, which is very rare. So I really loved that. I struggled a lot as a female videographer, especially in the very beginning. So I appreciate that moment. And we also came to actually just discover our colleagues on that side of the world. What I also appreciate was how you guys, like the judges, like really actually met and talked about different movies and really had a proper proper discussion about which movies should be in what category. And it was so surprising to see when sometimes you switched movies out of categories they have been sent to. So that was very exciting also to see. Sometimes we saw like our movie, for example, we shot a movie in a fun park. It was put into the drone category and we were like, what, drone? And then we looked at each other and was like, yeah, it's true that maybe from all our wedding movies, maybe it's the film with the most drone shots. We didn't even thought about that. So that was very interesting. What now I saw from your future organization is that there will be less categories for international videographers, which I personally think is a pity, because this is really what makes you stood out, being able to mix both the British and the international. And I think that's the only way how you can gather inspiration. First from the international, actually coming and discovering also the UK and the work of the British guys, and the opposite around to also see, okay, what is going out there.
Yeah.
So I also saw that there are categories that now will be exclusively to the British, which could actually be open to both, and so create a bridge between both worlds. And so I think it was a very great event. It was too short. We would have a lot, many people,
and too loud at the end.
Yes.
But I
know that was one of the feedback.
I know you know.
But just frustrated that it went.
What did you say, Ghislain? I didn't hear what you said. What did you say?
What? Let's go over there. No, it's forbidden. Oh. But it was
it went too fast.
Yeah, too fast. And when we start to talk to people and say, oh, so it's done, it's finished. Oh, but it's just 11. Yeah. That's England. It's
It's like Ghislain, it's like in Lake Como. You know, wedding venues close at 11 p.m. You then have to hire a party boat.
I don't know. I never shot in Lake Como.
It's the same.
Yeah,
Well, that's a shame. Did you guys not get the message about a few of the guys had an after party in a karaoke bar around the corner?
yeah.
Yeah, but because she's sick, we didn't.
No, yeah, I got surgery 2 days before the event, so even taking the airplane was very challenging.
Right,
So
right.
I
Next
was,
year.
yeah. I just could sit a few hours, so I was not able to attend the karaoke.
But
He was looking forward to, but I told him like,
but
So you just want,
next time.
so Marisa, you just wanted to sit down all evening, and we kept calling you on stage to collect more awards. Yeah.
But I think we couldn't talk so much with people in the karaoke bar. I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's another kind of
Yeah, but it was so cool because there were so many people who came to talk to us, and it was really cool to understand also how it works in the UK and see how we all have the same struggles and how we all try to find a way to make a living out of it and everything that comes with it, like finding a life work balance and all of this kind of stuff that you can't actually really talk about on Instagram, not because there is no place for it, but just because everybody is so busy.
Yeah.
So this kind of events are really the events that make this kind of discussions possible, and I think they are very important.
Yeah.
On that note, this has got to be a record for the length of the podcast.
I told you we talk too much now. Yeah.
Right, I reckon that we should circle back, and would you please remind us of your 2 truths and a lie?
Is this a test? So
So is
each of us got 2 wedding bands. The Wild Strawberry is the name of the Wild Strawberry is based on a memory that comes from cultivating strawberries in the garden of our grandparents. And
the people, when we start, people call us the alien
before
we start to call us the strawberry. In France, they call us les fraises, but yeah.
Well, I've got the only thing that bothers me about the origin of the name is you say both your grandparents. So how can you both have the same nostalgic memory? That unless it's just a massive coincidence.
It's not
in
like,
France. It's very common. Strawberry is really part of even like the wedding culture, which we didn't knew.
Right. But
traditionally, you served a strawberry soup at weddings, and this was something that we didn't knew about, that this was actually linked. So it is very common to have strawberries in French gardens. I don't know how it is in the UK, but in France it is very...
We've no fruit in the UK. It's not good weather. We only have apples.
Potatoes.
Apples. Yeah.
I think I've made my mind up, but I think it's your turn to go first, Joss.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to believe all 3, but obviously I know that's not the way to think about it. So I will say that the lie is that you have 2 wedding bands.
Okay, I'm going to go for the strawberry, the origin of the name Wild Strawberry.
Okay. So you have to...
Okay, so far away.
We have to say...
Do we have a winner? Is there a winner?
There is a winner.
Yeah, so
yes.
we've got 2 wedding bands each.
Not happy about this.
It's not very cool.
So, I can't believe it. So what is the origin? What is the origin then of the Wild Strawberry?
It is a Pantone color.
It's a pink Pantone color. It's a pink Pantone color.
But the story about the strawberry soup is true, and we even have the strawberry moon every year,
In June?
which is at the very peak of the wedding season. So naturally, the wedding season starts at the moment where strawberries appear. And it's also very true that it's a very common thing in French garden.
I've got to ask, why do you
I
have
love that.
2 wedding bands each?
We got married 5 times in different styles.
I tell you what, as well, I thought of this earlier. I think I want a wild strawberry film. Just even though I'm not going to get married, I just want a film. So I'm going to get you guys out to make a film with me and Jane.
That sounds good.
It's
I
fun,
like
why
that.
not?
Marisa, Ghislain, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast.
Thank you for
awesome having you guys. And we look forward to seeing you at the festival next year.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Thanks very much, very, very much, Marisa. And let me just try it one last time. Ghislain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it.
Ghislain? Right. Very difficult for a Staley Bridge lab.
Don't worry.
Right, yeah, thanks guys. Really, really great
Thank you.
to catch up.